What's up YouTube, it's your boy again, Emmanuel, and I love to make videos, guys. So in this video we're going to be reviewing something very important, something that caught my attention recently, and this is a video by our very own Steven Ndukwu, who traveled to Mauritius, and he captured some experiences and things which are happening there in Mauritius, and these things were reported firsthand by Africans who are residing in Mauritius. So funny enough, this is something that is happening to Africans in Africa, all right? And I mean to say that this is also very peculiar to the Southern African region of Africa. I mean, I've been to several countries in Southern African region, and I've noticed that this is the same thing happening in Africa against Africans, to which I do not understand why this is happening. So I've also traveled through the Western African region and Eastern African region, and I've also noticed that there's no such thing in these regions. One way or the other, something must be wrong in these Southern African regions. Okay, so let's look at this video and see what it's all about.
Trying to paint this country as a bad country. I am just sharing my experience and the experience of my other African brothers as well, currently working, living and touring Mauritius. I just have to do it. I put out the Mauritius video and a lot of people send me messages about the experiences.
Yes, so from here you can also see that there are lots of things going on in Africa, which a lot of people have also been reporting these things. And you know, he captures a very important aspect of his comments, his followers who commented on the negative experiences they also had in Mauritius. This is very appalling for or against Africans. So let's see more of this.
They are currently happening in the country, and of course I experience this in my everyday travel, and sometimes I choose not to share it, but I will just go ahead and share this.
My name is Samson Onsongo. I'm from Kenya and I'm working in Mauritius.
I'm Moses Biamukama. I'm Ugandan. I studied in Mauritius and I'm now working here.
My name is Razak and I'm a Nigerian expert in Mauritius.
Hi, I'm Natalie from Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm currently studying IT in Mauritius.
My name is...
Okay, so these are people who got their experiences in Mauritius, and Black Africans also are found in Mauritius. So, and they have also reported some aspect of racism against them. So just like I earlier mentioned, there are lots of things happening in the Southern African region which we are yet to talk about. Alright, so let's go back to the video and see what is currently happening.
Doreen Kambanga. I am a Tanzanian living and working, also studying in Mauritius.
My name is Destiny. I'm in Mauritius from Nigeria. I'm currently studying IT.
So Mauritius is sold as a tropical paradise, a luxury destination, the most liberal economy and the most competitive in sub-Sahara Africa. The second highest GDP per capita, second strongest passport. This country has developed from a low-income agriculture.
Such a very nice country with a lot of prospects. I mean, they have virtually everything that a country should have, and including tourism. So that is how the African continent is blessed.
Agricultural based economy to an upper middle income diverse economy with growing industrial, financial and tourist sector. 4 months ago I was in Seychelles and I made a travel documentary, and when I posted it, a lot of people say, hey Steven, you need to check Mauritius out. I was like, okay, cool. They explained to me how Mauritius is like a bigger island, offers more, and it's a little bit cheaper than Seychelles. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna visit this country. And that was how I started doing my research. I'm traveling with a very weak passport, which is the Nigerian green passport. So when I arrived at the...
Yeah, and then he mentioned a very important thing that I really love to point out, and this same thing has been bothering me, because even when I travel sometimes I get this stare. Immediately I bring out my green passport. So if you're a Nigerian who travels a lot in a non-diplomatic passport, I mean, you can agree with me that, you know, each time you table that passport, it means something to the at the port of entry. So they just react to it as if they've never, I mean, seen such manner of, I mean, they come up with different characters. All right, so I've really witnessed it a lot, and for him to point that out, which means he has also witnessed that. Let's continue.
Immigration. The immigration officer was like, "What are you here to do?" with a very like aggressive tone. My mind already was ready for it. I tried to like tell him over and over again, like, this is what I'm here to do. At that point, he wasn't even asking me for my accommodation and every other document that he's supposed to ask me for. He was like, you know, what are you here to do? What do you do? Are you here alone? Maybe thought I'm fishy, but after.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing happened when I went to school, South Africa, and just at the point of entry, exactly what he's narrating, that's exactly what I faced. I mean, the person in front of me who didn't take even up to 2 minutes, and they were done, or if I'm not exaggerating, maybe 5 minutes, you know, and they are done. And when I got there, it took them up to 1 hour. It took the man at the port of entry up to 1 hour to clear me. And this is someone with a study permit, so it was new to me at first, because that's like my first time of, you know, going to the southern region or in country. All right, so I mean, I was expecting that to happen to me probably in Europe or even America, but unfortunately it happened in Africa. So let's keep on watching.
After a while asking me questions, looking at my name and stuff, he recognized the video that I had done in Seychelles. From that point, he became, you know, less aggressive, was now smiling. I left and I went to the custom guys, which was not very fun actually. It's really sad to say, but every black person on that flight was stopped and searched.
The racial profiling at the airport, that one I can also attest to it. It's not really good. I've had people who are like, I'm not coming back here just because.
See that? So that's racial profiling. I mean, also, you know, you can talk about racial profiling, and you can also talk about, you know, national profiling, right? Nationality profiling, because I mean, as a Nigerian, I get that a lot in most airports, international airports, and this is something that that's really pains my heart, because you know, if you mean well and someone is trying to paint you like you were just falling from the sky, I mean, it's probably very painful, and that racial profiling is very bad, especially in African soil against Africans. I mean, this video is not to castigate any country or any people, but we're trying to point out the obvious, that, you know, there should be a level playing ground to some of this, to everyone. I mean, everyone should have a level playing ground. All right, so let's continue with the video.
This experience, in my opinion, I feel like if you're white in Mauritius, you get away with anything easily. Like at the immigration, like I noticed there was not a single white person that was stopped. Every black person, most of them that were stopped to check were black people. Well, if you're white in Mauritius, you could probably come in something illegal.
I mean, it's normal for custom to search your bag, but you know, when someone is trying to search your bag, like they are very convinced something is in that bag, up to the point of like, what is that? You'll be like, it's a trouser. Put their hands in the pocket and trying to. If this was done to everybody, I would read.
Yes. So in that aspect, I always, because of that particular experience, I always love to travel light. So traveling light, I mean, is, you know, not having to carry my luggage and on like heavy bags on my hand, except I have a dear need of of such, and that kind of reduces the probability of getting such experiences of, you know, where they have to tear up your bags just to prove a point that you're not you know, smuggling something. Or so that's why I would advise anyone to you know, travel light, because that's reduces. This is where we are, you know, at this point. So let's get back to the video.
Really understand, but it was done to the black guys, me inclusive. But my case was a little bit, it was easy because when they looked at my bag, they saw camera lenses, they looked at my carry-on camera lenses, and the guy was like, what do you do? I showed him. He no.
Yeah, so you can tell for yourself that it's a very negative experience. So, but let's see what the comment section is saying. So someone is saying that upon arrival in Mauritius in 2019, my experience was marred by an unfortunate incident. While my wife, who is German, had arrived a day earlier, I was detained for a prolonged 4-hour period at immigration. I underwent a thorough search, including the removal of my clothes. The situation escalated when an officer even brandished handcuffs, which I found so absurd that I couldn't help but laugh. However, the situation took a turn when my phone rang, and it was my wife calling. As soon as she entered the immigration office, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. Suddenly, everyone became apologetic and accommodating. Despite my attempts, displaying pictures of our marriage didn't initially alleviate their suspicion. It was only when they saw my wife in person that they swiftly released me. This encounter highlighted a disheartening level of racism that deeply affected me. Wow. Well, that is a very bad experience for a black man for an African in Africa. So there's not much we can do about it than to just talk about it. All right. So also we have someone who says, Steve, thanks a lot for bringing this awareness to the public. You have no idea that you saved a lot of black Africans from the terrible experience you went through. My plans to visit Mauritius is off my bucket list. Intelligent people learn from their experiences, but wise people learn from other people's experience. Yeah. So personally, I wouldn't even want to be going to Mauritius anytime soon. Okay. So I hope you like this video, guys, and if you have any comments, please don't forget to leave it behind and leave it in the comment section, and also subscribe to the channel, and you know, give us some notification or hit that notification bell just in case when we drop videos. All right, so thank you so much. Bye.